California road trip, baby!
Woo!
Okay, guys, we're gonna do a recap of our California road trip because sadly it is coming to an end. Even though we did get an extra day together, didn't we?
We did. And I'm so grateful for it.
The road trip started out with just Britt and I because this guy, the night before flying out to California, lost his passport. But somehow miraculously still ended up getting here 48 hours later. So I consider that a win, like a huge W. And one other little kink along the way that, you know, just happens when it happens is we totally thought that the John Mayer concert that we bought tickets for to see in Palm Desert, California was last night, but it's actually today. So you guys are missing your flight today. 6 o'clock out of LAX. We're not going. It's not happening. But that gives us an extra day today, and we are en route to the Azure Palm Oasis
Hot Springs.
Day spa hot spring situation. Figured we'd do a fun little recap of our experience road tripping through California. So I'm going to prompt you some questions because I think it's important to reflect, you know, especially on a long road trip where we've spent some like 216 hours together.
Oh,
guys.
Someone did the math.
I did the math. I mathed. Your girl put 2 and 2 together. I carried the 1. I crossed the 4. I divided it. And I feel like we learned.
And you looked it up.
And then I looked it up. And then I tossed in the calculator. It's like, how many hours are in 10 days? Guys, I mathed really hard on that one. But approximately, 216 hours. And I'm not sick of either one of you.
No.
Like, I'm not even just saying that. Well, maybe a couple little things. What was your favorite scenic moment in the trip? I feel like we've been through so many different ecosystems and areas of California, even though we really just, you know, San Francisco, LA, out to the Mohave Desert, which is where we're at now. What is one of your favorite mental images in like scenic moments from the trip?
For me, it's easy. So I've been to California before with Britt a couple times, and so I already know that I love the geography of the California state more than almost anywhere I've been to. I love the ocean, I love the beach, I love the mountains, the weather. It's, to me, that's my like happy place when it comes to geography on this planet. So what the most beautiful and like jaw-dropping place was for me to shoot was the first Airbnb in San Francisco, because I think for me that tied in my passion and love for architecture, for home design, and the geography of where we were over the San Francisco Bay in the beautiful state of California, all into one package.
It was just a vibe.
It was a moment.
It was a moment, that Airbnb. It was an absolutely gorgeous location. The view was stunning. It was $1 million view.
Oh.
Like waking
more,
up to that was absolutely
Just
insane.
unreal.
Felt like a dream.
It felt like a dream. Okay, I love that. Britt, what about you?
What was the question again?
What was your favorite scenic moment?
I am still a diehard for the PCH.
I was waiting for someone had to say it.
I'm sorry.
Because I'm torn. Because that drive that we did together was
It's unreal.
insane. Oh my God.
Just everything about it. You have the ocean, you got the mountains, the valleys on the right. Like literally you have such a great division between mountains, ocean, land, and civilization all in one, and it's just so perfectly situated.
It's got to be easily top 5 most beautiful drives you can do in the world.
Oh yes.
Like we did the drive to Tofino, from Nanaimo to Tofino, just across Vancouver Island, and that's very well known as being the most beautiful drive in Canada, the most beautiful road that you can drive in Canada, which, I mean, it's probably up there with driving up to Whistler, or driving up to Banff rather.
Right.
In Alberta. But yeah, the PCH.
It just
Damn.
hits different.
Oh
It
my
does hit
God,
different.
it's just like we were screaming at the top of our lungs, like playing Miley Cyrus, just like
everything. And then our little pit stop at Malibu Farms, that pier, oh my gosh, and we both enjoyed a wine and the best heart of palms noodles. I'm sorry, I still can't get over that.
Oh, is that where you got them?
That's where we got them.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
We were taking it all in. We were living for you in that moment because we're like, well, he's not here, but we got to do the damn thing.
Do we take a little bit of detours? Maybe, but you know.
Thank God you showed up because we would have never made it to Joshua Tree at the rate that Britt and I were going. Like a million pit stops. Pull over on the side of the road for strawberries. Let's stop here for a moment. Like
visit a grocery store. 2 hours later, what did we get?
In one single day, I think we went to 4 grocery stores.
No joke. We got all the cool stuff that you cannot get in Canada, which is like, it calls for a 2-hour pit stop.
It really does. We could do a whole video on all the snacks that we got. Trust, it's gonna come through. My favorite scenic moment was honestly where we are right now, only because Britt took this my second favorite moment, but not that we couldn't have the same one. But I don't know, just I've never been in an area where I can see full-blown desert, cacti, all these different varieties and species of cacti, and then in the backdrop, like I'm looking at it right now, is just mountains with snow peaks. Like it looks like CGI. It doesn't feel real.
Doesn't compute.
It doesn't compute. You're like, wait, I'm in the Mohave Desert. What? How am I looking at snow right now? It's just a really unique ecosystem that I, obviously being from Canada, having lived in Canada, I don't really get to experience often. So I think the desert for me is kind of did it. But that kind of leads me into my next question, was what was your favorite car snack from the trip?
Oh.
I really want to hear what Britt's was. Because Britt's snacks are not normal people's snacks, as we've learned. Cactus Mart! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
That's a plant nursery.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Awesome.
There's all these cactuses.
We're not going.
Sick. My favorite snack.
Oh yeah.
What was my favorite snack?
I have mine.
Ooh,
What's yours?
I have mine.
I don't know mine yet.
Mine were Sweetos.
Shit, that was the best snack though. Those were the most impressive. Those
Is the
ones.
cafe really down this road?
Is this cafe?
I think you got off and you shouldn't have gotten off.
Look at the goddamn blue line. Am I not on the blue line?
Well, why did it make you get off here?
Yeah.
It's so random.
I didn't invent the map. Oh, crazy.
The camera's gonna go flying. Britt, what was your favorite car snack?
Other than all my
Carrot chips?
carrot chips,
Straight up cucumbers that you would
straight
eat?
up cucumbers,
Lima
every
beans.
possible veggie, every possible fruit.
Frozen lima beans. That was a thigh slapper.
Frozen veggies just hit on a different level. I don't know what it is. It's like that crunch, the ice, the everything. Don't ask. Just pure bliss in a way. But I have to say, Honey Mamas.
Oh,
Chocolate, cocoa
God.
butter.
Yeah, that was
I forgot about
Honey
It
that.
Mamas
just
were tight.
melts in your mouth.
The Sweetos were the most hype.
Top tier.
Yep.
Like, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Great question.
That was a good one. Let's all share something new that we learned about each other on this road trip.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, should I start?
I can start.
Yeah, please.
I learned that Emma is a very audible eater.
I knew you were going to say that. I learned that about myself, actually. That's something new I learned about myself.
It sounds like she's having convulsions. Like she, like
I love food.
There are. Everyone loves food.
But differently.
Yes, but
Jesus
differently.
Christ.
Crikey.
Crikey. Oh my God.
Whoa.
This view
Is that the Matterhorn?
Is that the Matterhorn?
Is that Everest?
Wow. Guys, it's
Am I supposed to turn
Everest.
here? Yeah, I'm supposed to turn.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, please turn.
Whoa. Everyone hold your safety belts.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna go quickly.
Yep.
Don't
Eat it. Oh.
Okay, we're good.
Something new I learned about Josh is his middle name is Tyler.
Well, that's exciting.
Joshua Tyler. I'll come up with more things. Something I learned about Britt is she's had McDonald's twice in her life. The last time she had McDonald's was when she was like 13.
Yeah.
And that was also the last time approximately you had a donut.
Yeah.
That was half of her life ago.
I mean,
Just wasn't exposed to it.
it's just,
And like,
it's fascinating,
It's
honestly.
I don't know. I just don't.
It's inspiring.
It's inspiring. It
I
really
like
is. While we pull over to get McDonald's.
But one thing I must say, the way you guys describe food is on a whole nother level. Like, I just don't understand it.
we love our cookie dough.
We love what we love.
We love what we love. I learned that the highest flying bird is a vulture, a species of vulture.
The griffin vulture.
The griffin vulture. Any guesses for how high that bird flies? What? Another thing I wanted to ask was, if you could do it all over again, would you still choose to do this California road trip in an electric vehicle, or would you opt for a non-electric vehicle?
Two-part answer. Like, the logical side of me says opt for a gas vehicle from a time perspective.
Yeah, because that was something we didn't really take into consideration was, sure, it's going to take us 2 hours to get from one place to the next, but we never factored in the charging time, which is not only a pit stop, but you have to wait like 45 minutes to an hour to charge the vehicle up.
But I will say, though, because I was doing the math on the charges, like the cost of the charging.
You were mathing?
I was mathing.
Without me?
Without you. And yes, it is significantly cheaper than gasoline. Like, the gasoline for this trip would have
Doesn't
probably
surprise
cost...
me.
If I had to guess, it would have probably cost $500, maybe a bit more for the entire trip.
Oh, I would have
At least.
thought 1,000.
Yeah, for sure. And I think all of the electric charges in total have been like $250 max, maybe $200. So, which is that's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Is that worth the time you spend doing it? Probably not, but that's not really the point of traveling with an EV. The whole point is the sustainability aspect,
Yes.
of course. But I would prefer maybe a different model that has a longer range.
I think that when you're road tripping, you should sort of set the intention that you shouldn't really be in a rush to get anywhere. You want to kind of, you want to enjoy the process. Like, it's not, the destination isn't the end goal, it's the journey, right? It's the journey getting there. And I kind of liked how it forced us to stop in these little quirky towns
Yes.
along the way.
We love that.
Where we hit up a Goodwill, we checked out a thrift shop, we went into all these different grocery stores that Britt and I loved. Got to try the Sweetos. Like, we ended up having these little pocketed experiences along the way that we probably wouldn't have otherwise had, where, you know, you stop at a gas station, you're there for 10 minutes, then you're back on the road.
On a road trip, the road is the trip. You know what I mean?
The road is the trip.
This right here is the trip.
Well, that sums up our California road trip in so many words, I guess. It was absolutely amazing. This is definitely your sign to book that road trip that you've always wanted to do with your best friends, because this is something that we said at the beginning of the year. I swear we've been saying it forever. We've been friends for literally a year and a half. We're like, we'd love to do a California road trip together. And what did we do? Did the California road trip. No regrets. If you're thinking someday, make someday today and book that California road trip. Peace. Thanks for watching that video. I really appreciate it. If you want to see another one, you can hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Just hit it. You know you want to.